You're done.
Okay.
This lever is the electrical main. This shuts off the power. Okay? So if you have an issue and you have to shut off the power to the machine, this is it here. It kills the entire machine. If you have an issue with one or the other pumps and you want to shut that specific pump down, the best way to shut it down is to shut off the power, take the key, open up the panel, and each box will have its own breaker. Shut off that specific breaker that you need to shut down, close the panel, turn the power back on. The unit that has been shut down will show it being in shutdown mode, and the one that you've left running will continue to operate until the defective one in need of service gets taken care of. Okay?
Okay.
So these buttons here, these off buttons will, but it's a little more complicated to go ahead and power them back up. Okay, that's why if you need to shut one or the other down, why it's best to use the breaker inside the panel. Okay? And this is a touchpad. It works the same as any other touchpad. It gives you discharge pressure, suction pressure, and suction temperature. Okay? That's a GPM that'll give you gallons per minute that the pump is discharging. The way this system works is every pump will alternate every 24 hours on a 24-hour cycle.
Awesome.
Okay? And essentially you have the M, you'll see M+, that's just a menu screen. Okay? And it'll give you system set points, restart, all the rest. Anything that you want to hit, you just touch it, and there's your ability to adjust your set points. You have an ESC, that's your escape. That's basically a back button. And then it'll take you back to your original screen. Okay, so once again, you press M+, that's menu plus. It'll give you all that information you need. You can touch with it whichever you need. Hit M+ again, and it gives you further information all the way down the line. Okay, you can see pump 1, pump 2 hours are almost identical because they alternate. Okay, so that's just your menu screen, and once again, to get back, just continue to hit escape until it takes you right back to the home screen. Okay,
good.
so any menu item that you need to address, you just hit the M+, which is menu plus, and whatever item you need, you press that item and you can go ahead and adjust what you want. Manufacturer recommends, because it's already set at a set point, manufacturer recommends to leave it because it's for the plumbing engineer's recommendation, the pressure. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a rundown just for your own information. Okay?
Sure.
And like I said, if one or the other has an issue, it will shut down and there will be a small alarm. And within this panel, there will be an alarm silent button. You hit that, call the manufacturer, they're going to come out and address it for you.
Awesome.
Okay, and one last thing. This whole system has a bypass on it. Okay, so you have 3 series in case you needed to bypass the entire thing for service purposes, which you really don't want to do because if you bypass the entire thing, water pressure on the top floor
Drop.
But for servicing, or if you have some sort of catastrophic failure with the unit and you need to shut the whole thing down, you have a series of 3 valves here. Okay? The inlet and outlet valves in this case right now are open because the unit's in service, and the bypass valve is shut off. You basically need to reverse that, shut off the inlet and the outlet, open up the bypass, and it'll bypass the entire unit. That is strictly a safety precaution in case there's a catastrophic event. Okay, and catastrophic is basically pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If something like that happens, you need to be able to have the flexibility to isolate this entire unit. And if you bypass it, the building will get a little water. As it travels up, homeowners will get less and less.
Okay.
Okay?
But, sounds good.
Okay.
Let me just... So the same, it goes with the same thing. Like,
You tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Back up on the wall, you have 3 power switches, 1 each for the water heaters, 1 for the recirculating pump. Recirculating pump is up there, it's all set. That's for the hot water return. That's already predetermined by the engineer, the recirculating rate.
Okay.
Okay, each water heater on the outlet and the inlet and the returns will each have isolation valves tagged and on the valve tag chart. So if either water heater suffers from a catastrophic event, you can shut one off and leave the other one on, and the other one can be fully operational.
Okay.
So if there's a catastrophic event on either, they can be isolated from the other. Okay?
Okay.
Now, what you have is these are your relief valves. Your relief valves are designed in case of excessive pressure or excessive temperature, and you'll notice them start to trickle. These are the items that most commonly will fail because they are the first line of defense from water heater, either excessive pressure or excessive temperature. Fairly easy to change out. As far as the water heaters themselves, you have a disabled and an enabled button. Okay, it's basically a fancy way of saying on and off. So you can hit disabled and it basically shuts the water heater down. It doesn't kill the power to it, but it does shut off all the workings of the water heater.
Okay.
Okay, and the water heater is set for a temperature of 130, and as you can see right now, the operating set point is in fact at 130. This one here, you'll see the tank temperature at 125. That's just the tank temperature. Okay, the operating set point is 130. These things will kick on at about 122 to 124, and then it will heat it up to about 133. Okay, they're not designed for a narrow focus of temperature, otherwise they would be cycling on and off at a ridiculous rate. So they have a greater range of tank temperature simply because the set point of kicking it on and shutting it off is a little greater, usually about 7 to 10 degrees. Okay, you have thermometers that are set at the outlet so you can tell the temperature of the water on the outlet side. Okay, you have a gas valve for shutoff, a gas valve for shutoff. Okay, you have intake, you have exhaust. Those all terminate up on the roof. And as far as operating the menu, it's just your simple menu screen, okay? And you got temperature, heat status, display. So anything that you want, you just hit that, and then you can go ahead and adjust your temperatures, okay? Same thing, you could hit heater status. It's essentially just a little touchscreen menu, and to get back to where you were at, okay? That's what you hit. Okay, when the thing is operating properly and in standby mode like it is now, you'll just have a temperature gauge. Okay, when the unit fires up, there's pictures telling you the status at the time the water heater is functioning. As of right now, it's on standby because there's no demand. So you just have a little temperature gauge. The next one, when the burner actually begins to fire, when there's a call for heat, you'll see a little fan, okay, a little fan picture. And then after that, you'll see a little lightning bolt, which is the burner igniter. And then after that, you'll see a little gas flame. And when the gas flame is lit and stays lit, you know the burner is in operation.
Okay.
And when it shuts down, all of those picture symbols shut down, and you will be left with the standby thermometer picture.
Okay.
Okay. And other than that, if you do run into an event where the water heater is malfunctioning, you would call us for warranty purposes, and we would go ahead and once again get in touch with the manufacturer.
Awesome.
Okay. Manufacturers are typically your best avenue in order to get the unit properly serviced. Okay, both of them have had official startup by the manufacturer's rep, and they have both been in working order for, my guess is about 5 weeks now.
Right.
And building is full hot. All the temperature circuit setters are set for proper returning within the whole building. The whole building is on a return line, so everybody should have hot water in a timely fashion. Nobody will have hot water immediately. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Okay, I'm sure you're used to dealing with homeowners who expect to turn on a faucet, get immediate hot water.
Right.
On every faucet, there will be a short period of delay until whatever water is in a specific hot branch gets dumped, and then they'll have hot water. But every unit will have hot water to the unit. It's just a matter of first thing in the morning or whenever that happens to be, dumping out a small branch line, and then at that point getting hot water.
Sounds good to me. So, would I get a booklet on how to operate these also?
Yeah, if the booklet isn't
Is that it?
here,
Right here?
it is.
Awesome.
It is. Each one of them should have had one. They were probably stuck to the heater and just got knocked off.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. Do you have a
Yep.
card?
a card.
Yeah.
I have one in my truck. I think I have one on me.